Got a few.
My goodness.
Okay, so there's somebody, Ellie, coming on.
That is my mom, and I'm
Oh,
gonna ask
I'm
to
so
unmute
excited.
her because Mama,
She's my idol, you know.
I know you don't have your camera today, but Mama,
Gosh.
Mom, don't worry about it. Susie is on here, and Susie is Chris Horner's longtime best friend, and I invited her in today.
Sarah, I don't know how to get the sound.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Wait a minute. Wait a
hear.
minute. I'm looking.
Hey. Good morning. Well, I have no idea what time zone you're in. So hi.
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 Hey, come on in. This is am I saying your name correctly? Anastasia?
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Okay.
Yes.
It's your
Hi,
first
everyone.
workshop. It's all three of you. This is your first workshop, and I
Yes.
cannot be more excited that today is your first workshop of all days because, well, you'll see why. But Anastasia, Susie, this is my mom, Ellie. So
Hello.
Ellie.
Nice to meet you.
so
Ellie,
glad that
you don't know this, but you're my idol.
Oh, please.
Absolutely.
Hey, well, I'm fortunate that you've met Sarah, so you can think that of me.
Oh no, I've seen so many photos and videos and memorials and remembrances, and I just think you're an amazing mother, as is Sarah now.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm going to tear up already. I knew I would.
You haven't even
so
started yet.
nice.
This isn't supposed to happen.
I knew I would.
Not this early. It does happen.
Wait a minute. Hey, you guys, I'm really not good at this. So, excuse the
You're doing
little
great.
faux pas here.
Should probably
Okay.
the reminder about my own workshop going off.
Susie, where do you live?
I live in San Diego.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Anastasia, where do you live?
And I'm in Boston.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ah, that's amazing. It's so nice to be able to connect like this.
I know, it's pretty remarkable.
This is like a huge bonus that I didn't really anticipate with this workshop. Like all of us just seem so tight immediately after doing this. It's really fun. Anastasia, I have to call you out right now while we're waiting for other people to come on. You are it seems like an organization queen.
Yes, I love to organize.
Okay, Susie, can you hold up your cards for me one more time? Yay. Look at this.
In no rhyme nor reason.
Yay, Christina. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Christina, you look fantastic. This is
Oh.
yay. Hi. Oh, this is Selena and Acacia.
Hi. Say hi.
Hi, Karen.
Oh, come on in.
Wait, I could bring my dogs in if we're showing off our babies.
Anyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome.
Hi, Ari.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Acacia.
Hi, Ari.
Yeah, so good. Want to say hi, Acacia? Hi, Acacia.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi.
Christy.
Oh, how cute. Oh my goodness.
Happy right now.
And Ari brought
Very
her
cute.
cards.
Oh, yay.
She's ready to go.
Oh,
That's
Ari, you're
awesome.
such an artist.
I'm going to show them. Okay. We may move to watercolors at some point.
Great.
What's that?
What? Oh my goodness. I love all these little kids.
Yeah, this is really cute.
Welcome in. Yay.
that?
This is so, I love that you guys, I know you're going to be with them anyway at this time of day, but I just love that they're here, that they're actually here because cards are so much fun. And every time I hear someone say it's a dying art, I feel like, well, that's even more reason for all of us to be here. I don't take it as like a oh, I shouldn't go down this route. I take it as more motivation to do all of this and to pass it on to our kids.
Where is Hudson?
Yes.
Ironically, she's I just dropped her off at her preschool. So yeah, but she loves writing cards and drawing and popping them in the mail. And Katrina, maybe you can talk about this at the end, but Katrina turned us on to this, not to put you on the spot or anything, although to put you on the spot.
Well,
She
I have.
sent us this, what's the company name? They send like,
Homer.
yeah, Homer. It's the, let me go get it. Maybe can I put you on the spot to tell everyone about it?
It's fine.
Okay.
So Homer is like kind of like a at-home educational website that you can do learning to read and all of that. And I haven't been using it for that, but I got an email from them saying that they had this little mail kit with a bag and like little stamps and sample cards. And I was like, well, I need that for my children. And I'm like, well, I need to send one to Sarah.
That's so cute.
Oh, how cute.
Aw.
This belongs to you, and it comes with all the cards in here, and it's just the most adorable thing. This can pin onto the bag, so it can double up as like a little mailbox.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Envelopes.
Very cute.
So sweet.
It's super fun.
Little, yay, Ashley's in here too. You guys, we have a South African here all of a sudden. Who knew just send the damn card would expand all the way around the world?
Wow.
I'm excited about this.
That's amazing.
Hi. Katrina was just telling us as we're kind of getting everyone started about this awesome company called Homer that does these really adorable like mail kits for kids. This is your mail bag, and it can like, you can put what is this officially called? I don't actually know. I should probably know.
A flag for the
Flag.
mailbox.
It's just
I have mail to pick up. It's a
Yeah.
notice
Yes.
to the mailman.
that's what I call it too. But it's so sweet.
I don't even know if they do that anymore.
I don't think
If
so.
mailmen know that. But
No,
Does?
Kelly, from our
Mine
era,
does.
that's gone.
I know not everyone has a flag on their mailbox, but I actually recently told like a founder of a startup that he can actually just put things in his mailbox and they'll get picked up. And he was like, "What? That happens?" And I go, "Yes, that's how this works." But I was like, "You are so smart." And this is just like one of those things that doesn't
Oh
cross
my
your
God.
world. So I said, "If you're mailing a card or sending something, what do you do with it?" And he said, "I go to the post office."
Oh my gosh.
Even if it has a stamp. I was like,
Wow.
That I was just randomly watching. Okay, we'll get started in just a second, I swear. But I was just watching, like, it was like one of those YouTube videos that just starts automatically after you finish something. And it was this like funny montage of like Gen Z, like teenagers that they're, hey Dad, hi. The just, high school kids that were like, their parents were filming them going to like drop mail off in a like an actual mailbox, and they didn't know how it worked. They were like, didn't know to pull the thing down, like they didn't know how to like close it all the way and then double check that it actually went down. It was just so funny.
Wow.
that's so funny.
So,
I know in rural Canada they use it.
what is that?
I know in rural Canada, in Ontario here, they still use them with the little flags and
Yes.
That's so cool.
That's surprising to me because ours, I put mine up. It's always kind of fun. And then the mail carrier, I do that still. Yep, they push it down every time.
So Sarah, when Harry met Sally and she opens the mailbox, she puts an envelope in, closes it, opens it every time to make sure that it's been deposited. Have you seen that? Oh God.
Not in a long time. I'll
Yeah.
have to watch that again.
And makes him crazy because she checks after every envelope. But I get it.
Yeah. Oh man, one of those things.
I think it would be fun for everybody with little kids to teach them to write a note to each other and mail it to each other.
That's
I
a
just
good-
thought of that with the kids here, to get them started writing cards.
You know what? I'm gonna make a note of that because I think that's a great idea. And I know some of our kids know each other, but not all of them. And maybe we could
Oh,
do
that
that.
would be
We could
fun.
do a little exchange around our community. I think that'd be fun.
I love that idea, like a little like kiddo pen pal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I remember having a pen pal when I was in elementary school with like, I don't know, some kid somewhere in the world. And I just always thought it was like super cool.
Yeah.
Love that idea.
Okay, we're gonna make it happen. Alrighty, let's get started. Let me share my screen. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this today, guys. Oh, am I already sharing my screen? Have I been sharing this whole time?
Yes.
Awesome. Alrighty. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Hold on.
No, we can't. I can't see your screen at least. Maybe.
Oh, I can. Ellie, can you see Sarah?
If I go back, I'm just enthralled with seeing all the people here. And I realize I could click over. I see Sarah.
I see 12 squares of
So yeah, we can see Sarah, but not her actual screen.
12 people.
Okay, hang on a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Sarah, I can see you, but I can't see your screen. I didn't realize. That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
I have a line across the top of your picture, Susie, that shows everybody that's in the group, but I don't know how to, I'm learning this. I don't know how to get everybody on there at once.
How about,
I'd love to tell you, but I don't know either.
okay, hold on, I got it, just 1 second. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes,
Yes.
Don't
I
wanna
can.
end the meeting.
I see that.
So just pretend you didn't, I have like my thing set up. Just look away. Hold on. Get this thing out of here. Hold on. I'll do this. I think I have this down by now. This being like my, what? 4th workshop? Okay. Yay. Alrighty. Welcome in, everyone. This is your first workshop for a lot of you. For I think half of you, maybe more, this is your second one of our monthly. And so I just am thrilled that you guys are here because this is, I said last time, like, I feel like this is the start of just a big thing, like a big thing that's going to do a lot of good and have a lot of ripple effects for a long time. So I'm just so thrilled that you guys are here. And I want to welcome our new members. Sorry if I missed anyone, if anyone joined after I put this one together, but Marianne, who's not here live, and my Aunt Kathy, Maddie, and Anastasia, just thrilled that you guys are here, and Ashley. And I also have to give a special shout out to Mama Head, my mom, Ellie Hudson, because
Yay.
none of us, literally none of us would be here without her. And I have to give her credit for being like the original letter sender, crafter, just the most thoughtful person in the entire world. Mama, can you guys,
Yes.
there you are. I'm just so happy that you're here. Thank you for showing me, being the example of thoughtfully checking in on the people that we love.
Mhm.
This is a result of you. Okay. If you have not been in this before, Jesus, that's a lot of feedback. Here's how this is going to work really quickly. This is for you. I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. So however it works for you to send the damn card and send a lot of them today, you do that. And if that means you mute me from now on throughout the rest of the workshop, great. I get a little chatty sometimes. I get excited. I overshare. If you just want to mute me, you're here for the prompts, go for it. This is for you. Whatever works for you to send the damn cards. But typically we start with what I call rapid fire love fests, and it's just to kind of get us warmed up. That's my challenge to you guys, to do it messy. Just 2 to 3 lines, if you can, to someone on your list. If those of you have a list of people that, if you check the email and you read, like, come with a list of people you want to write a card to, bonus points to you. Pick someone from that list, send them. Okay, Mom, I'm muting you now. Never thought I'd mute my own mother in my workshop. Okay. those are rapid fire love fest just to get you warmed up. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I want to remind you right now, I guarantee that you've never gotten a card from someone or a post-it note, a little love note in any shape or form and thought, wow, this is weird. It's only 2 or 3 lines. No, you've never ever thought that, right? So keep that in mind. Let's do it for other people that we know and we care about. Just send them a rapid fire love fest, get the cards out of your stash. Okay. And then we're going to have 2 main prompts for today. And then I love, probably my favorite part of these workshops is that we all kind of share, if you feel like it, no pressure. Again, you can mute this entire thing. But I love sharing what we wrote afterwards if you feel up for it, because I found that that really brings all of us together. It gets the whole community vibe just going really strong. And it helps people that are feeling stuck on what to write. It really helps people get unstuck. So if you're up for it, that would be great. You'd be doing other people a favor. And then at the end, I mean, it's really it. I'll share a fun little discount for all the cards that I feature throughout today's workshop, and we'll go on our way. Okay, so let's do this. Enough talking from me. Let's do our first rapid fire love fest. And I thought it'd be fun because this is like a back to school theme workshop. Do you guys remember doing those things like MASH and like I think it'd be fun. Just close your eyes, do one of these, just pick a person on your list, just randomly. Don't overthink it. Pick someone off your list. Maybe someone with a birthday coming up. Maybe someone who's just been on your mind lately. Just grab a card. And if you really have no idea what to say, here is your first guide. I call it choose your adventure. All you really need to say, a greeting, hi, happy birthday, happy almost birthday, happy belated birthday. I said bonus points for Susie, this is for you specifically. Use the card that you've had in your stash the longest, okay? The one that you've been holding on to for God knows whatever reason, because
I have some of those.
It is time. You use that card. It's better off in the hands of someone that you care about.
Right, because you bought it because it was cute and you didn't want to mail it because it was cute.
Yes.
What? Okay.
Today is the day. And if it's one of those random ass cards that you're like, this is cute to me, they're going to think, why am I getting this card? You can just call that out and say, I'm not really sure why I have this card, or I'm using this card to tell you, fill in the blank.
Okay, so are we writing?
Yes, real time.
Ooh.
If you're stuck and you happen to be writing to someone that you have a similar sense of humor with, or you just want to send them a laugh, I'll probably mention this example every single workshop because I love it so much. This is from Hannah, who was in a previous workshop. She wrote a rapid fire love fest to a friend that said something like, on the list of things I love about you, you're right up there with stretch denim, wine, and my Peloton. Wow, I really love you a lot. And so that format to me is brilliant, and you can make it your own very easily. On the list of things I love about you, you're up there with fill in the blank. I miss you. I appreciate you. Appreciate our friendship. And that's it. Put a 1 in the chat if you're done.
Do a what?
Type a 1 in the chat if you're done. Alrighty, Katrina or Susie, Stephanie, do you feel like sharing? Cool if you don't.
I will.
Yes.
I know. I feel like the obnoxious student who's always like, I have the answer. So thanks.
You know what? That's even more
me.
appreciated today because of like back to school. We're gonna do a prompt to a teacher, or it's so appropriate. Even more today.
Well, I can only be on for 10 more minutes. I figured I'd share one before I have to hop off. But I
Okay.
have a client who voted for me to help her guide her through all the things. So I wrote her a card and it said, hey, Jessica, I'm so excited to help you. I already sealed it, so I'm trying to remember. To help you put your grand vision together and put these puzzle pieces together with a nice sparkly bow or something like that. So excited you chose me as your guide.
Awesome. She's gonna love that.
Yeah.
Like, how fun is that going to be to get that in the middle of bills and spam? And
Right?
Yeah.
coupons?
Way more fun, especially because it's a Sarah card.
Hey. Awesome. Alrighty. Let's see, some of you still working on something. And by the way, if you're a fast writer and you're here to get as many cards out as you possibly can on this, great. You just pull up another postcard or another card in your stash and just do another one if you're waiting. Okay, but again, I'm going to challenge you guys to keep it short and sweet. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and can you guys see my chat box on the screen? Probably.
I can.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead. You guys, if you're still writing, keep going for it. But we're going to do our first main prompt for today, and it's going to be a card to a student. And I don't know if Sherry's in here, but Sherry inspired, you guys might know Sherry Biritz, who I love and adore. She kind of inspired this one because she said that she wrote, she sent one of my postcards that it's just the Tina Turner one, which is like my personal favorite and I use all the time. She sent this to her daughter who just went up to college, and she said that her daughter texted her and said, thank you so much for the card. That was really sweet. And Sherry was like, oh, I hope it wasn't too, PDA. I hope your roommate, because she has roommates, I hope it wasn't embarrassing. And she goes, oh no, I put it up on the refrigerator. And my roommate said, I wish my mom sent me something like that. And it was so sweet. And I just feel like, college age students in general, we don't give them enough love, and they've got God knows how much pressure on, just on their plates, especially now. And it's time to send them some love. So if you don't have a college age student yourself, or here's some ideas for you. Okay. If you need some ideas of like what kind of student to send this to, I thought, if your friend's kid, if you guys are close, but that might also be super weird. So if you don't want to be weird, you could send it to the parent of a student. I think we probably all know at least a parent that's got someone in school. And that idea also came from Christy in our group that, yeah, parents are navigating some very tough challenges and decisions right now about going back to school, not going back to school, working, all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like we could give parents a little bit of grace there. And then a couple other ideas here. And I thought, if you really can't think of anyone for this, let's take a tip from Mama Hud. Those of you that came a little bit later, my mom is in here. Her name is Ellie. And she, I got to shout this out because Mom, you used to write us cards and letters. Even though we were living under the same roof, you could have just handed it to us. But I remember you popping them in the mail anyway. And so it would go through and then it would get delivered. And it just felt so special to see that. And I love that. So you can do that for someone in your own house. You can do that for yourself and maybe write yourself a note of encouragement. Put it through the mail, get it a few days later, maybe when you forgot about it. But these are just a couple different ideas.
Hey Sarah. Volleyball's good.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Well, shoot, hold on. That started automatically. Because I will never assume I know what someone wants to hear. I will always ask them. That's my rule for all my cards. I went ahead and did that for you guys for this. And I asked teenagers that I've coached before in volleyball or in my family what they wanted to hear. And here's what they came up with. Again, mute me. This is overkill. You just want to concentrate on writing.
Hey Sarah. Volleyball's good. So I don't know. Like school's like pretty stressful. So like I feel like just like encouragement, I guess, like that you're doing like really that you're doing well for like what you're being given to you. Because I know I'm like really stressed out right now, especially since I'm like a junior and there's like lots of tests and things and hard classes. But like just like also like for parents to tell their kids like if they need a break, like they can have a break in a certain way. But like I don't know if that's like what you're going for the cards or something. But let me know if you need any more help. I'm pretty not helpful right now, but I can probably give you some more ideas.
Good morning, Sarah G. Hey, I would love to receive any type of cards. So thank you for suggesting this to your group to write to people of my age, because it's not very often that we receive a message of any sort. So it'd be exciting to receive one in the first place. As far as content in it, words of affirmation is my love language. I don't know that other people would appreciate the words of affirmation as much as I would, but I think so often people tell us like that there's so many complications with either moving out or like going down a certain career path. And I think it'd be nice to just receive a message of encouragement that's not like surfacey, like, oh, you're doing great, good job, keep going, but like something heartfelt. I don't know if that helps at all. Like I'm kind of pulling that out of my booty, but yeah, I mean, any words of encouragement and affirmation would be so appreciated. I hope that helps. I love you so much.
So between those messages and these, if you've had a chance to read through them, there's a common theme to me that's very obvious. And it's that they want to be acknowledged that what they're doing is really hard, that you see the work that they're doing a great job, and that they should enjoy a break here and there. I'm sure they get a lot of pressure from teachers and just college essays and whatnot, and parents ourselves. And I think that became really apparent to me. And if you want me to go back to a slide, or you just put in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know. Oh my gosh, I am so prepared. I even summarized for you. I didn't include it, but I had a couple people also say they just wanted a sense of humor. They wanted to zone out. They wanted to keep it light. They could use a laugh anytime. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys. I feel like you know your kids, you know your nieces, nephews, grandkids. You know what they want to hear, but here are some ideas.
I actually thought to write a letter. My husband is a teacher, so I'm thinking now to write a card to all of his students to let them know that I know that they're working really hard because I see what he does, you know, and how he talks about them. And also he's a really hard teacher, I think. So I'm gonna tell them that they're doing a good job.
Oh, wow. Anastasia, you could use the next prompt to write to your husband if you want to go with this. Because the next one is going to be for a teacher. I was thinking
Oh,
for a
okay.
teacher that really means a lot to you, or a mentor, someone, it could be from your past or just a teacher that you know. But is anyone here writing to a younger student, like, you know, a few years old to say around 10? Take that as a no.
On the day before, can you hear me, Sarah?
Yeah.
On the day before Chris Horner retired, I went with her to her classroom. I knew she was retiring. I'd known it for a year. I don't know why I chose the very last day of school, but I wanted to watch her teach and I wanted to see her interaction with the kids. Must not have been the very last day. It was the very last week. And having been a kindergarten teacher myself years and years and years before that, I felt comfortable walking around with the kids and helping them with questions they had about what they were working on and so on. And after I got home, I sent a card to the classroom telling them what an amazing teacher they had. And you probably understand what I'm saying. That I knew that in years to come, they would look back and realize how lucky they were to have Chrissy as their, Mrs. Horner, as their teacher, because I know she left an indelible mark on all those little minds. She told me she read it to the students when it arrived. And of course, I'm sure it put her in a funny position, but I just wanted them to know she was very special and they were very fortunate.
Oh, wow. Anastasia, there's proof that you are on to
Yeah.
a good idea. Yeah.
All right. I wish I chose my cards ahead of time. This is like the hardest part.
I know, I'm thinking the same thing. I have this whole stack and I should have pulled out the favorites.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to do right now.
I know that was in your email. I just didn't do my homework.
Well, it's hard though, because some people prefer to know ahead of time, but then it changes anyway. Like that's happened many times in these workshops where they think of one idea for like one card and then they hear a prompt and they change it and they use a card. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I think it all comes down to like doing it messy though and not worrying so much about it being perfect, because it's like, when have we ever gotten a card from someone and thought about the card itself, like being imperfect? Never.
Right.
Never. Yeah. This was
good point.
A few more. Let's go till like, we'll do like 5 more minutes. cracking myself up with the jokes that I found for those that wanted something funny. These down here just really made me laugh for some reason. Quick Google search will help you find some better ones, I'm sure.
Oh my God, the kidnapping. Wow.
So bad. So bad.
Woo.
So bad, yet so good.
I didn't get that one at first until you just said it out loud. I'm like, oh, such a groaner.
I know. I know, it's terrible. If you guys want to mute this and focus on writing, go for it. I'll put in the chat when we've got like 2 minutes left, okay?
Susie, you inspired me to actually send this card. I just finished putting it all together from the first prompt because I am very guilty of hoarding pretty cards. So I'm finally mailing this one out because it makes me really happy, but
Oh,
I
I
want to
love
make
it.
somebody else happy. Yeah. It's for a little
Yes.
girl who had surgery, but I was like, I've been saving this card for so long, but it should just make her smile. But
I've been saving this card for so long.
Oh my gosh, that
daughter-
card is amazing.
My daughter is skater for, come on, Sarah, help me out here.
Roller skater?
Later.
Roller derby.
Okay, roller derby.
Roller derby. And I've been saving this card forever. So why don't I send the damn card? That's what I'm
Exactly.
gonna do.
Damn card.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Susie's our special guest today, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more later. But Susie, I'm gonna add you to our Facebook group, and I want you to post proof that you wrote that card and gave it to your daughter.
All righty, will do. Thank you.
I know this is about not buying new cards or new things, but if anyone is interested, this special delivery tape from Staples makes me really happy. So I use it to seal cards.
Show it. Show it.
This. And you just like,
Oh,
it's
very
just
cute.
tape. So you just put it on the back. And I just got it at Staples in like the mailing section.
That's awesome. I should probably mention some of the cards that I would use personally that I've designed for that would work for kids. And this one is
Yes.
probably have a glare on it. Let me take it out. I originally did, so it just says you are doing it, and it's very enthusiastic. It feels like a party on a piece of paper. And I just use this for all kinds of things. Like, you are doing it, you're parenting, that it's been a parenting check-in for me. You are doing it to a teacher who's somehow managing teaching by itself, let alone during COVID and all of this cluster that we have right now. You're doing it, like you're making it through the week. You're moving, you're working on a new project, you're like starting at a new job, buying a house. I mean, there's so many different things you can use this for. And I feel like this one I thought of right away for this prompt for students that are in the thick of it already, right, with school. Like, they're probably already maxed out just mentally. And I was thinking for like all the college essays that are coming up, like this could be a really cool way, just an easy way to check in and give them kind of that break, give them a breather, a little bit of recognition for what they're doing. You are so appreciated is another one that I use for a lot of different things, a lot of different people. I actually just gave this to my daughter's teacher at her preschool. And I've given this to other people and it's gotten them choked up. It's like such a simple little thing, right? Mm-hmm. But just hearing you are so appreciated can really go a long way.
Everybody wants to hear that from time to time.
Yeah, I agree. Which is actually why I made that recently into a postcard pack. So I'm now doing these in a 5 and a 10 pack. These are really handy because you can't write a lot. So they're perfect for rapid fire love fest because you've only got like, half of the card on the back.
Right.
So, and postage is cheaper. You are doing a great
Plus
job. As one more.
postcard. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Tina is a postcard, and then You Are So Appreciated is also a postcard.
Love Tina.
They work for everything.
They really do.
Everything. This was originally designed as a Mother's Day card because I asked moms ahead of Mother's Day what they wanted to hear. Like, what's the one thing you want to hear this Mother's Day? And
Yes.
You Are Doing a Great Job was the far and away popular answer. So I made it like, easier to use for anyone. I took any Mother's Day, writing off of it. That's another one. You can use that for kids. And I'll show those later. All right. Does anyone feel like sharing what they wrote? Anastasia, do you want to share what you wrote? I like one.
This one, I didn't finish my husband's one yet. I've just finished putting this one together. So I feel like I'm going to be behind, but I'm working on this one now.
I distract. Okay.
So I haven't sent any to any students or teachers, but I can share. Hi, everybody. I'm Shannon. Hi, Sarah.
Hey. Yay.
How are you, love?
Great.
Good. So I wrote a birthday card to my dad, but I already sealed it. But I really appreciate it because in all honesty, he's not a very nice human being. And so he's actually kind of hard to write a birthday card to every year. And so I'm really appreciative that I didn't have to do it alone this year. So thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
This one's going to my girlfriend. This is probably the card I've had in my stash the longest. It says keep laugh on your to-do list. And it actually is like a little clipboard thingy.
Awesome.
So I just wrote in there that I'm sending her buckets of joy and laughter today. And then I have these Winnie the Pooh postcards that, again, I have no idea why I bought them. It's literally
because
100.
they made my daughter's day when you sent ours, by the way.
Did it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
And so because of you, I finally started. So I'm sending this one to my girlfriend. It says, I love you more than Christopher Robin loves Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, sweet.
I know. In our super grown up, serious lives, isn't it nice to be like, oh, she loves you more than Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
It's just so wholesome and it's just so nice. You can't deny it. I mean, when you get a card or a postcard, something like that, you can't ignore it. You have to sit you want to, but you know what I mean? It's in front of you. It's in your hands. It grabs your attention. It holds it. It's so good.
But I am going to start
movie, right?
obsessively collecting people's addresses now.
I love it. I love it.
I pre-made a label, I won't show, but one of these, with people's addresses. And so I just always printed out the people I really send cards out to a lot. And then I don't have to write the envelope because I feel like for me, writing the address on the envelope is the worst part. I hate that part.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
this helps.
Awesome. And I might have to call on you either in the Facebook group or during a workshop at some point to help us get organized.
Yes, this is my current system. I know I didn't post it in the Facebook group. I totally forgot to do that. But basically, they're all in here in folders.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Organization.
That's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we move on? Should we keep going?
Yeah, let's do another.
Alrighty. Okay, let's do another rapid fire love fest. And I'm going to really challenge you guys, just 2 to 3 lines. Okay. You can think back to the choose your adventure slide that I had up, or I thought this was great. This was in an email that I get from a company called Knock Knock, and they sell a lot of Emily McDowell's stuff, if you guys are familiar with her. But they do a lot of notepads themselves. And I just thought this was so great. This is one of their many notepads. You can choose your adventure from this.
Love it.
Great.
I love that.
This is great. Oh my God, I love that.
Hey there, just checking in to say, okay, if you're not okay. I was wondering, cause little birdie tipped me off. Please let me know if junk food would have helped.
This is so good.
Thank you for doing this for me. I'll send you guys this presentation. I'll send you all these slides so you can refer back to it and the replay.
There's a full moon.
That's a good one too.
I'm convinced that my daughter just goes nuts when it's a full moon. I'm gonna blame it on that.
My mom can speak to that. She's a retired postpartum nurse, and mom, there was always more babies born, right? When it's a full moon.
That is so funny. Wow. Yeah, there was one yesterday or the other day, and my daughter was like up all night, just absolutely bananas. And I was like, something is happening with you.
Damn moon.
There's a knock knock notepad, passive aggressive.
They probably sell
my
all
God.
those up in Seattle.
I love it. Dear so-and-so, you might want to consider cleaning up after yourself, learning how to park your car.
Oh,
this is
I've seen
perfect.
this. Yeah.
Keep it in your car and then put it on their windshield. Although you'd like to say more than that.
That's rude.
Yes.
Getting a life.
Oh my God.
It's great.
You found your new favorite company, Susie.
Yeah, you got it. I'm going for it.
If anyone is finished with theirs, you feel like sharing, tell us who you're writing to.
I'll share mine.
Yes.
It's to an old friend that I don't keep in touch with as often as I should, who many, many years ago, when I was having a really tough time, said to me, you never know what's around the corner, so don't give up. So I just said, you crossed my mind today, as you do most days. Hope all is well in your world. Remember, you never know what may be around the next corner. Love, me.
That is beautiful.
And I got to tell you, those words, you never know what may be around the next corner, have stuck with me for so long, because you don't. You don't know. In the lowest of the low, something's going to come around at some point, and it's going to be better.
Oh my gosh, how much hope.
Sarah, you're really doing it to me today. I got to tell you, you are getting me.
Hey,
wow.
I'm just listening to you. Wow.
That sounds like a great card idea.
I was just thinking, Susie, you and I need to talk more, because that needs to go on a card.
That needs to go on a card.
More people.
I just added that to 2 of my cards, so thank you, Susie.
Well, absolutely.
That's what's
absolutely
so great
my pleasure.
I wish some of these things were like stickers, like you could put that on an envelope or something.
That's true. Are any of you feeling stuck? Is there anyone, I meant to ask that on the last one. Anyone have a hard time with what to say?
Can I share something real quick, Sarah?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just sending like an entire pack of your cards, basically.
I love that you picked that one, by the way, for this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had to cross it out because doing is like the more appropriate thing. Someone in my world is like going through a super tough scenario right now. But I love, so I always heard the phrase, sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. And I love that phrase, and I fully live by it. And it just like provides so much perspective, because it's like, some days you were just, I understand. Oh my God. Some days you're just smashing it out of the park, and some days you're just getting fucking squashed. And it's like, it's gonna be both. And it's like, it's kind of nice to know that like when you're in the midst of getting squashed, like you were the windshield and you will be the windshield again. And it like, it just is, it's a nice perspective. I think like in a lighthearted way to say like, shit's hard right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good on you for just recognizing where they're at right now too. I think that's huge. And I think that was the theme with a lot of just the high school kids. I think it's a universal thing for whatever age we are. You just want to be acknowledged where you're at. Selena, you talked about this in a previous workshop, but the concept of accompagnar that Brene Brown talks about, which is exactly that. It's just showing up and meeting people where they are, not pulling them from the front or pushing them from behind, but just being there right next to them. Just letting them feel whatever they're going through, not trying to fix it. So thank you for sharing that. I love that. That's another one I might use for a card somehow. This is like, okay. If you guys are okay, I'm just gonna keep moving along here. You guys good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so this is not like the last one wasn't a big one, but this is a big one to me personally. And I just feel like so timely, right? I mean, back to school, especially right now, teachers need all the love in the world. And so we're going to write one to our favorite teacher, or if you don't currently have a teacher in your world right now, totally fine. Maybe try to think of someone that you would consider a mentor, someone that's just, their words have really stuck with you over the years in a positive way. That's going to be sort of my challenge to you with this prompt. It's not ever too late to send them that appreciation and let them know how they've had an impact on you.
Question.
Yeah.
Can I send one to your mom?
Yes.
Okay, after the fact, you'll give me her address.
I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
That warms my heart. Okay. This is here. I'm going to share, I'm going to get real personal here because I was trying to think of what to write, what to inspire you guys with to someone who's really made a big impact on you. And the reason I invited Susie in here, by the way, today is because this is Miss Horner, as you guys can see on my screen. She is my favorite teacher many years ago. Ever since then, she's always been my favorite. And Susie has been her best friend for how many years?
Since we were in the 7th grade. So how old are you in the 7th grade? Like 12?
I don't know.
13?
Okay.
And we're 73 this year. So I guess 60 years.
Wow.
And this photo was taken at my house, by the way, probably in 2010.
Wow. I tried, I'll tell you guys, hold on a second. I tried to prepare for this prompt to give you guys, again, like I said, I never assume that I know what someone wants to hear. It's my rule to ask them, what do you want to hear? And I crafted this like really cute poster to give to 2 of my sisters who both teach elementary school, and one of them also teaches at a college. And I asked them to post it in their teacher's lounge. And ironically, because teachers are so damn busy, not one person wrote down anything.
Oh, no.
So I thought, well, now I really need to come up with something that I know would be helpful. And okay, I did get, this is from my daughter's preschool teacher. I asked her same thing. And she said, right now, I think we just need to, again, here's the common theme, right? Acknowledge that things are hard. Acknowledge that this isn't normal, that it's harder than ever, that what they're doing is so difficult and challenging and maybe draining on a day-to-day basis, that just acknowledging that is everything. So that's what my daughter's teacher said. especially with COVID, just having to weigh all the different decisions and information every day, try to accommodate families, students, everything. It's a lot. So that's really the only proof that I have that that's what a teacher would want to hear right now. And to go back to this and getting personal with you guys, the reason I'm going to share this is because I hope that it gives you some ideas around what to write yourselves if you're feeling stuck. Take from my script, but I also want to kind of put you more in touch with the person that means a lot to you as a teacher or mentor. And so Mrs. Horner, she passed away 10 years ago this May. Is that right?
Yes.
10 years ago this May. And I was very lucky to kind of become her pen pal because she had us do this assignment in 8th grade. We wrote a letter to ourselves, to our high school senior selves when we graduated, and she hung on to them and mailed them to us that year. And when I got mine, I just was so happy. And I thought, you know what? I never told her that she was my favorite teacher. And I feel like I need to after this. So I went into the school, to the middle school, and like a random awkward high school weirdo, I was like, hey, can I have her address? And they're like, no. So, but they said, you can, we'll let her know that you came in. We'll, you know, you can give us like an email address and maybe you guys can, you know, respond that way. So we did. And we actually became like pen pals for years, for several years, like going me at college and having a tough time. Like I just, it just continued. And she was even more so my favorite teacher. And so when she passed away after a very hard fought battle with ovarian cancer and just a mess of things, one of her sons asked me if I wanted to give the perspective of a student at her celebration of life. And I felt honored by that. And so I did. So
it was amazing. It was truly amazing what you said.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Especially because this is like, I'm reading this now and thinking, yeah, that was okay. You know, but it's like 10 years go by and you're like, oh, I wish I would have said this, this, and this. But if you guys are okay with it, I'm going to go ahead and share. It's just a couple minutes, and feel free again to tune me out, whatever you need to do to get your card done. Because like most important, I want you guys to be inspired by this. And, but I also want to acknowledge Mrs. Horner.
And can I say, Sarah, that this is how you and I know one another?
Yeah.
Is through her memorial service. When you made that amazing speech, we just sort of connected and have stayed in touch, and I'm a better person for it.
Susie. Oh, me too. And your speech too. I both laughed and cried a lot. Okay, here we go. Mrs. Horner was my favorite teacher. I've been very lucky to have wonderful teachers throughout my life, but none of them were quite like Mrs. H. I remember the very first lesson she taught our 7th grade English class. It was a lesson on how to properly spell and write her name. I am Mrs. Horner, Horner. So when you go to write my name in class period on all of your assignments, as you will, I'm hopeful that none of you will be too lazy to just pick up your pencil and leave a little space between the R and the N so they don't run together to make an M. It's Mrs. Horner. Got it? Good. That's my best impression of her. I remember hearing that first lesson and thinking to myself, okay, Mrs. Homer, relax. I'm sure we all know how to write by now. And that would be the first of many Horner lessons I would learn and appreciate for the rest of my life. My first day as a student in Mrs. Horner's class was almost 13, well, make that 23, however many years ago. And what I've learned about that first lesson is it would be the first of many examples of how much she cared. She always cared about the small things. She cared to explain the details of something from every possible angle until we students thought our heads would burst, but only then did we truly comprehend what we were learning. She cared to keep us in line, no matter how easy it would have been to let it slide or how much she hoped she would, or how much we hoped she would. But only then did we begin to understand the consequences of our actions. She cared to spend the extra hours thinking of and planning different activities to make the subject matter fun, never going through the motions of teaching a lesson. And she did all of these things in true Mrs. Horner fashion, meaning her quick-wittedness, enthusiasm for teaching, her sarcasm, her dry sense of humor, and a good laugh or two or more were almost always part of the process. As my teacher, I will always remember Mrs. Horner as the one who made me laugh on a daily basis, the one who made me excited to walk into her class, the one who was tough but never mean, who loved us all as if we were 30 more of her own kids. She was even the one I really wanted my parents to meet at open house in hopes they would become friends. Because yeah, she was that cool. Mrs. Horner was the one who made me work for that A, not because I needed to necessarily or because I should have, but she made me want to work for it. She wanted all of us students to give it our best shot no matter what, and almost always she got us to. Luckily for me, Mrs. Horner and I got back in touch after I graduated high school. It was after she followed through on an assignment we did in her class years before, when we wrote letters to older versions of ourselves with all our hopes and dreams and predictions of what we would be doing years later. I received mine in the mail, and after having a good laugh reading about my plan to be a professional soccer player, because I anxiously quit freshman year to play volleyball, I had to find and tell Mrs. Horner she was still my favorite teacher. From that day on, we kept in touch, and it was like I became a student of hers again, but this time in life. Everything I ever learned from Mrs. H, whether at Masuda or later through emails or over coffee, has and will have a lasting impact on my life. She taught by great example to care, to find the humor in life's little challenges, to find hope in life's greater challenges, to put up a fight for what you believe in, to simply fight and fight hard, to be driven and do something worthwhile whenever possible, to make a difference in the lives of those around you, to love and care for those around you, and to truly live. Mrs. Horner was the greatest example of how to live out each of these. She did so every day as a friend and every day as a teacher, and I'm forever grateful I had the chance to be her student. Okay.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm supposed to follow that up with, because that brings me back to a lot, but yeah, she was an amazing teacher. And I know I don't say this to make her any less than like who she was, but I say it because I'm going to say, I know that there are Mrs. Horners out there. Like there are Mrs. Horners at every school. I think there are Mrs. Horners at every level of education at different points in our life, just in different ways. And I just feel like there's no reason they shouldn't know how we feel about them, especially before we don't have the chance to. So.
Well said. Hindsight is everything. So do it now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes, and I think I might actually, let's see how we're doing on time. Oh man, I'm sorry, we're gonna run over a little bit today. Would you guys be okay if I muted everyone and I put on like some instrumental music, then we can just write, kind of spill it for this last one? Would you guys be okay with that? Type a 1 if you want the music, or a 2 if not, and let's take a quick little vote here. Okay. Cool. I'll take that one. And if we could all mute ourselves, let's give this, if you guys are okay with going over a little bit, we'll do like honestly like 10 minutes. I think this would be. And if you're done early, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't judge my recent plays. I'm all over the place. Actually, I'll stop sharing here because can you guys hear it okay? Okay. A little bit louder. How's everyone doing? Got a thumbs up. This is where I would love for you to unmute yourselves because I'm way more comfortable when things are loud and chaotic around me.
All done.
Yay. How was that? Hi, hi Ari. Or no, that's Acacia. Hi. Well, hi. Anastasia, did you write to your husband?
I did. Yes, I can share what I wrote. I sealed it, but I took a picture before I did. So I wrote, "Dear Mr. K, each day you show up in that classroom is one more day that those kids feel loved and supported. You encourage them, push them beyond what they think is possible for themselves, and you give them your all. They're lucky to be your students. I hope that's something they know."
Oh man. What do you think he's gonna say today? How do you think he's gonna feel?
I think it's gonna feel great. It's been so chaotic to like get up and running, and like then they have like a new virtual program. They're in person, but there's always just like so much chaos this year. So yeah, I think it's just gonna be a moment to, like recenter and just remember what what the work is all about.
Mhm. That's so important what you just did. Does anyone else feel like sharing anything that they wrote today? It doesn't have to just be, Mama, I just got your text. Yes, you're still muted, so you can unmute now. I'm asking you to unmute, Mama.
I call my mom Mama too.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't it feel wrong to say anything else?
Yeah, but when we're in public, I feel really funny. So I'm like, Mother. I can't say Mom. I can't. Yeah, it's our southern part of us.
Mom, how would you spell that out? Just curious, because she is definitely Momma.
Oh, see, we're southern, so Mama.
Yeah.
It's Mama.
Mama.
It's Mama. Hey, I'll share unless your mother was gonna go.
Mom, I think you're trying to unmute, so maybe Sherry we'll hear from Sherry, and then we'll hear from Mama Hud. Okay.
Well, I already sealed my envelope, so I'll just tell you kind of the gist of what I wrote. But so my youngest daughter is in 7th grade, and they're only a month into school. And on Sunday night, she was having an 1.5-hour meltdown about school. She didn't want to go the next day. And it's because her 3 friends, like she's sitting by boys because of COVID, they're doing these seating charts and they have to stick with the seating chart through the whole day. Well, she's not by a girl or her friends. And so she's just getting depressed and lonely and sad. And they go to recess, and the girls, her friends that are sitting together, they're talking about what they talked about in class, and she's just on this island. So I emailed a couple of her teachers and I'm like, can you please put her by a girl? If it's not her friends, just any girl. And they reached out to the principal, and because they're doing the seating chart for COVID tracing, and I get it. And so the next morning they both changed their seating charts and put her by a girl and a friend and a couple girls. And like the kick in her step yesterday when she came home from school was just, I was elated. So I'm using your card because I bought a stack of these from you. I knew they'd be handy.
Good use. Good one.
Because I was like, an email to thank them. It's not because like I have tears in my eyes right now just talking about like how, because I'm like, it's only been 1 month. I can't go through the school year like this. Like I can't deal with these meltdowns because this isn't the first one.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wrote to both of those teachers, and I can't ever let her know. So I told them in the card, I'm like, you can never tell her that I emailed you because she'll kill me.
Oh, way to go. Way to go, Mama.
Thanks.
Way to go. That's awesome. Yeah, I have I think you guys have all seen this by now, but who knew I'd still be using this card over a year after I originally designed it, but it's COVID teacher appreciation or average teacher appreciation levels among parents. And it's like a little chart down here. It says a little, a lot. This is like before COVID, after COVID, just shooting through that thing, like above and beyond grateful. And then if I can find my other one that here it is. I also did this one just because it's been so, you can never thank teachers enough, right? Kind of a play on all the back to school letter boards and end of the year letter boards, but from obviously, well, my mind, obviously a parent just holding it and just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's also up on the site. Mama, are you still there? Dang it. Don't worry. I'll get her back and talk to her as soon as we're done with this, right? Okay. I mean, that was kind of a lot. We've already gone way over, so I'm gonna let you guys go here, but there's something else. I just wanted to say thank you to Susie, and I just am so glad that every one of you guys are here. Thanks for joining us today though, Susie. That was really special. And Ashley in South Africa.
Amazing.
Yeah,
So good.
I've been here the whole time, I promise.
I believe it.
It's late. I had to get the little one off to bed. So thank you for holding the space for us, Sarah.
Oh, what?
Thank you for holding the space for all of us to be able to do this.
Oh, of course. This is, it's like an honor to me. It's just it's such a huge bonus to me. This is for you guys. Like, you guys are doing the good work here. So way to go. I probably shouldn't announce this until it's official, but I'm so excited. I can't wait to share it with all of you. Let me grab her book. Of course, I didn't get it. Hold on. So Gina, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this person. Her name is Gina Hamady. And she's an author of a book called I Want to Thank You. And she was just recently featured on the Today Show to talk about it. She wrote this book after writing a letter or a card to someone every day for a year. And she started this before COVID, and she wrote her book well into COVID, and I have it. It's phenomenal. I'm sure I'm going to be pulling more and more from it into our workshops. And how cool is this? She and I have been messaging and emailing back and forth to try to like coordinate the next workshop date, because she like really wants to be a part of this and what we're doing. So
awesome.
I just think it would be amazing. Yeah. So I'm like, I can't keep that in. I want to just share that with you. And she's like, she's just rad. I mean, anyone that would do that is incredible, right? Like, and, but she and I connected over Instagram like a few months ago before I even launched this. And then when I did, she reached out to me and asked if she could be a part of it. And I was like, this is incredible, because I was going to ask you anyway. I just want to start bringing people in. And what better person to bring into this than someone who wrote a book on writing cards to people and did it for a year. Wow. So I'm going to link her book in the recap email, because it's so cute. You guys check it out. I'm sorry. Thank you. I was gonna mute. But it's a perfect mix of, there's thousands of ideas in her book around what to say in a card. Like, you will never be stuck again. I've never been stuck since getting it. And she also ties the stories into it and her thought process behind it, and how she came up with like what to write to the person and why she wrote to that person. It's just phenomenal. And of course, she organized it into a theme for each month. I mean, I can't say enough about this and her. And so this is like totally in the works, but you definitely want to be at the next workshop, because I think it's going to be extra special. And invite friends to come into it. That's what I was going to say. The other announcement is that I just believe in this so much, and what all of us are doing, that, I mean, it's only $5, so this might not be exciting, but like, if you can get a friend to come in and join with us, you get the next one free, and the friend will get it free. Okay. The next month. So bring some friends in. Let's just grow this thing like crazy and just keep doing so much good with it like we are. I just think it's, yeah, like I said, we're at the start of something big and awesome, and I'm just so grateful for every one of you. So, okay.
Sarah, when is the next one? Have you said, or do we know?
I'm trying to set it up with her so
Oh, cool.
obviously she can be in it, but I'm thinking it's either, I like this time slot because I can do it without worrying about Hudson.
Yeah.
But I might try like a Saturday or Sunday. Would that give me like a show of hands? Would that be on a weekend? Would that be better for you guys? Like an earlier morning? Sherry, I see you. Okay. I know you're so busy during the day. So we'll get that figured out, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I have the date.
Sweet.
But
Yeah.
okay. Hey, way to go today. You guys did awesome. This is good work. Really proud. Okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
See you guys.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
helping me get my dad's birthday card.